Hi, this is Gavin Burseth from RE/MAX Southern Shores, your Grand Strand agent. Today, I am going to go over the tips you need to know when buying your first home. I know it can be really exciting to scroll through those possible homes you want to live in. However, there are many things you need to know. Don't worry, I'm here to help as your real estate professional. Before we begin, make sure you subscribe to the channel. For tip number one, be sure you're ready to commit to a loan. This would be the number one tip for the first-time home buyers. The average mortgage loan term is between 15 to 30 years. That doesn't mean you need to stay in that home for that amount of time, but buying a home is still a major commitment. Some questions you can ask yourself is, am I ready to commit to this home and city for at least 5 years? Do I have an emergency fund that can cover at least 3 months of expenses? Do I have a stable income? If the answer to any of those questions is no, you may want to hold off for now and keep saving and researching. For tip number two, don't skip the pre-approval. It can be tempting to jump right into hunting for your perfect house, particularly if it's your first time. It is a great idea to get a mortgage pre-approval before you comparing properties. If you heard of a pre-qualification, it is important to know the difference between a pre-approval. For a pre-qualification letter is an estimate of the amount of home loan you can get. It's based on an informal evaluation of your income and other information. And a pre-approval is a document from a lender that tells exactly how much the loan money you can get. It is based on your financial information, such as W-2s, bank statements, and your credit scores. Having a pre-approval has many benefits, which include, you know exactly what you can afford. You can make a stronger offer. You experience fewer surprises. The bottom line, it is essential to get a pre-approval before you start shopping for a home. For tip number three, it is to maintain your credit. When applying for a mortgage pre-approval, lenders will pull your credit report. They will do it again before you close on the house, and it's a correspondent mortgage. It could risk your final approval. So be sure to keep paying your bills on time, and lenders want to make sure your behavior patterns are consistent. So if you are planning to get a home, make sure you don't make a big purchase of like buying a car or anything like that, because that will affect your credit score. For tip number four, it is to save for a down payment. It is strongly recommended to save at least 20% for a down payment. One of the Federal Housing Administration, or FHA, most important priorities is helping home buyers with the purchase of their first home. If you qualify as a first-time buyer, you may have access to state programs, tax breaks, and an FHA loan. For tip number five, understand your loan options. Did you know that there are multiple types of mortgage loans? The type of loan you choose will determine your down payment amount, what type of home you can buy, and more. Here are some of the different types of loans. There are conventional loans. They are the most common type of home loans. You can purchase a home with at least a 3% down. An FHA loan can allow you to buy a home with less strict financial and credit score requirements. You can get an FHA loan with a 3.5% down payment and a credit score as low as 580. There also is a USDA loan for people who want to buy a home in a qualified rural or suburban area. You can get an USDA loan with a 0% down, subject to household income restrictions. And there's also a VA loan, which is exclusively for veterans and members of the armed forces and National Guard and qualified spouses. You can buy a home with a 0% down if you qualify for a VA loan. Each type of the loan has its own qualification standards that you must meet. So make sure you meet these standards before you try to apply for this loan. For tip 6, it is to don't forget the closing costs. The down payment is not the only thing you need to close on the mortgage loan. You will also need to cover the closing costs before you take control of your home. Closing costs are expenses that go to the lender in exchange for arranging certain loan services. Some of these closing costs might include attorney fees, pest inspection fees, appraisal fees, escrow fees, title insurance expenses, and discount points. Closing costs can range between 2 to 5% of your total loan costs. So definitely keep that in mind when you're deciding to buy a home. For tip number 7, list your needs, your non-negotiables, and nice to haves. It is important to understand your reasoning for buying a home and what type of home that's right for you. And so that you can prioritize which features you want in your home based on your needs. I would recommend you to sit down and create a list of qualities you want and need in your new home. This will help you shop for homes more effectively and compare properties with less stress. For tip number 8, work with a real estate agent. Gavin Burseth. All jokes aside, but real estate agents like myself are local professionals who are experts in the home buying process and they understand your local market. As a real estate professional, I can help by showing your properties in the area that fit your needs and budget, attend showings so I can learn more about your priorities as a homeowner, helping you decide how much to offer for a property, submitting an offer letter on your behalf, helping you negotiate with the seller or the seller's agent after you submit an offer, and attending closing with you to make sure that everything is in order with your sale. It is my duty as your buyer's agent to represent your best interests. For tip number 9 is to stick to your budget. Do not go over your budget for a home, even if it seems like even if it seems perfect for you, and be sure your budget is enough money for repairs and renovations. The right home is out there for you, so keep searching until you find a home that fits your budget and your list of must-haves. And be confident when submitting an offer. You never want to submit an offer on a home unless you are 100% committed to the purchase, or you could lose your earnest money deposit. This deposit is typically equals 1 to 3% of your total home loan value and goes towards your down payment. If you back out of the sale for any reason that's not listed into your offer letter, you will lose this earnest money deposit. For tip number 11 is to hire an inspector. You will need to hire a professional inspector before you get a home. And an inspection is different from the appraisal required by your lender. The appraisal is when you have an appraiser only gives you and your lender a rough idea of how much your home is worth based on the comparable properties in the area. For the inspection, the inspector tells you about the specific problems with the home. You can use the results of your inspection to learn more about your home and request concessions from the seller. An earnest money deposit letter often includes a home inspection contingency, which allows you to invalidate an offer and to not lose your deposit in the instance of an extensive repairs. And then tip number 12, the best part is to enjoy your new home. It's time to pop open that champagne and congrats you just bought your first home. Now it's time to move in and ready to create memories in your first home. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. And if you have any questions at all, make sure to leave a comment below. All my contact information and my sign up link for my weekly newsletter will be in my bio of this video. And if you want to check out my website, which is gavinbursethrealtor.com, I hope everyone is enjoying the Myrtle Beach lifestyle, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you.